In this video, I'm going to show you my Zwift setup and riding indoors. There's my bike over there. There's the monitor right in front of it, and there's a TV up in above the fireplace that I can watch TV when I ride. So let me take you through this, and I'll show you everything I did to set up my setup. There's tons of ways you can do this, and there's inexpensive ways, and there's more expensive ways, but I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I had this trainer already. That's called a Cyclops. So I'm just using that because I had it. So I didn't have to buy a trainer. If I did buy one, I would probably buy the Wahoo Kicker because they say that works really well with this, but it's also very expensive. So maybe I'll end up with that down the road. The advantage to just using a trainer like I have right here is you can just unhook your bike, go on your bike ride. You don't have to take the rear wheel off and all that stuff. So my bike, obviously I had this before. This is a Cannondale 613. It's an older bike, but it still is a really nice one. It's a Cannondale. It's half carbon, half aluminum. I think the let's see, the aluminum is like around here, and then this is carbon all the way down the middle here. So it's a pretty light bike, pretty nice bike. So now what you do need though is you need a speed sensor if you do a setup like mine, and there you can see it right there. It's called a Cyc Plus. So that's the speed sensor right there. Right now it's searching to hook up to Bluetooth. I'm actually not using Bluetooth, but I did use Bluetooth at the beginning with my laptop, and then I switched out my my laptop for a mini computer, and Wi-Fi didn't work anymore. So I have got that. The other thing that it's good to have is, you need another one. It's the same. I'm using the Cyc Plus. It's the same exact speed sensor, but there's a little switch on the back that you turn for cadence or speed. I'm using this one. It's on my crank wheel, and this one here is for cadence. But like I said, it's the exact same one. So so you just buy two of the same thing. There's a little switch for speed and cadence. I don't use this, but I actually bought the Cyc Plus computer because it goes with those speed sensor and cadence, but this isn't used for Zwift. This I'm going to use outside. All right, let's see. So I built this desk myself to hold the keyboard and yeah, to hold the keyboard basically, and also be a platform for whatever I need. They say you need a towel, which yes you do, because you get sweaty when you're riding. And I also mounted a fan up here that I built the mount for. I got a different video on how this is done, but I basically got a piece of angle or bar steel, and it's just mounted to the monitor stand. I put a half twist in it here, and to mount it up here, it's mounted with this bar here, and it can be adjusted now up and down. And if I want at an angle, I can turn that bar in the back, but this is pretty much where it's at. So you need that, and you definitely need a fan, definitely need the towel. The next thing that's advisable that you need is a heart rate monitor. I picked this one here, which is a CoSpro. Let's see if we can get that to... It's called a CoSpro, and it also works with this computer here, and it also works with the paired devices here on Zwift. So okay, so that's that. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, I've got this Android tablet. It's a 10.5 inch Android tablet that I purchased just so it can hook up as the companion to the Zwift setup. What you use this for is it basically allows you easy access, and if you see it's pretty far forward, allows me to just touch it pretty easily. I'm using this monitor, or this holder here, to get it close to me when I ride. So that's what that's used for. And you can see up in the top right hand corner, the Wi-Fi is on the right, and you see it's trying to broadcast and work, but it's not working. And then there's this little one on the left called Ant, okay? And I'll get into that in just a second, because like I said, I switched out. I was using my laptop on Wi-Fi and it was all working perfectly. Everything was great. And then I decided to switch out for a actual computer, and I picked this little mini computer right here. And I'm going to go through the parts that I purchased. From most of it came from Amazon, but I'm going to go through that in just a second with everyone. But this is it's got an AMD Ryzen 7 in it with 16 gig of RAM and 512 gig solid state drive in it. And so this is more than enough to run Zwift. You don't even need this much power. The other thing, you're probably hearing this crazy redundant music that drives my wife nuts. I picked up a little sound bar. I think it costs $19 on Amazon, and that's what's giving you that sound coming out of there, that annoying whatever it is. So, oh, the monitor itself is actually mounted to a monitor stand, as you can see here. That also came off of Amazon, so I'll go into a little more detail on that one too. Let's see, what else is there? All right, let me talk about this Ant. So this is some kind of communication device. I hadn't heard of it till I used this Zwift, and what they suggest is that you get the Ant receiver as close as possible to the devices. So what I've done is I've got this, I bought a 10-foot extension cable for it. It comes up here. I've got it kind of going over here, and then it finally ends up right here. So it's just a USB type connector that goes in. This is it right here, and it's an Ant receiver. And obviously my cadence sensor is here. My speed sensor is here, and this thing is pretty close to it. And then obviously I'm sitting on top of it with this heart rate monitor strapped to my chest, so I'm pretty close too. And this works beautifully. I mean, there's a lot of people that say that you should use Wi-Fi and not Ant because Ant is a little bit unreliable. But I've found that if you run that extension over to close by those, then it works great. So that's my setup. My next video, I'm going to show you this in actual use and running. But for right now, I'm going to take you into my office and I'm going to show you the parts that I purchased. I almost forgot the keyboard. This is a Logitech keyboard. I bought it because it's very small, compact, and you don't have to hit too many keys when you're using the app. So all this is used for actually is just to power up my computer, get online, and get started. But this is a beautiful little keyboard. I understand it's pretty popular, but this is the one I'm using, and I found it to be perfect for this setup. Here's what I purchased, the speed and cadence sensors. Like I said, they're both exactly the same. This is just a pack of the same exact sensors. So you could just buy one, either speed or cadence. I bought both of them, speed and cadence. You can see here, it says Ant Plus Wireless. It also says Bluetooth. They're waterproof. So, and as you saw, one goes on the hub of the back wheel, and the other goes on the crank arm. So that's that one. This is the monitor cart that I purchased. It's a Hurligear rolling TV stand for 23 to 60 inch. I think that's a 40 inch that I've got on there, something like that. But the reason I bought it is it has this little shelf down below, and it's perfect for what I'm using it for. So it worked out pretty well. You can see it's pretty conservatively priced, 59 bucks on Amazon. So that's the monitor stand. Oh, going back to these sensors, I see the price $31. They were reasonably priced. You can see 1,000 ratings, 4.5. So that's why I bought this one. It has good ratings, relatively inexpensive, and works perfectly for what I've seen so far. Here is the heart rate monitor. You can see very inexpensive, $23. Got 2,638 ratings, 4.3 rating. It's got the heart rate monitor used with, you can see there, right there, it says Zwift, Ant Plus right there, Bluetooth. So it seemed to be a good price, $23. You can buy a Garmin, but they're much more expensive. So I stuck with this one, and so far it seems good. This isn't part of the Zwift setup, but it goes with the sensors that I bought. So this is Sykes Plus bike computer. This is what it looks like. Comes with that holder that you hook to your, you clamp to your handlebars. And you can see it has heart on it. It's got cadence, speed, everything. So Ant Plus cycling, wireless, Bluetooth, GPS. So it was 59 bucks. It's got 750 ratings, 4.2. So I bought this one because it actually is that Psych Plus, and it goes with that with those sensors. So and also I've tried it. It works great. Here's the tablet I bought for the companion app. It's a TechLast. 828 ratings, 4.3, 10.5-inch Android tablet. It seems to be doing great. It's $169, but with a $50 coupon if you click that little checkbox. I don't know who doesn't click it, but I guess that's a gimmick to get you to buy. But this is the tablet that I purchased to go with as the companion. Here's the computer that I bought to go with it. Now, this is really kind of overkill for Zwift. It's a mini PC Ryzen 7 AMD processor. It's got 16 gig of RAM, 512 gigabyte M.2, I don't know, SSD drive, 4K dual display. That monitor that I've got on there, actually my son had it. He left it here. He said, use it for what you want. So that was kind of a free. It's 4K at 30 frames per second, but I don't know if I'm using it as that. 68 ratings, 4.4 score. So priced at $309, but you get a $40 coupon. So and you can see it says here mini PC gaming. So I'm not going to be riding that bike all day long every day. So I figured, you know what? I got grandkids that come over. All I got to do is hook a joystick to it, put some games on it, and they've got some entertainment. So that's the reason I actually went overkill on this. But you don't need a Ryzen 7 to run Zwift. You could do much with much less. You could probably get by with a processor that's half the price of this or something, you know, one of these mini computers. But the reason I bought that mini computer is because you can mount it right to the back of the monitor. So and that's how I got it mounted. If you rewind back to that spot, you'll see it's kind of strange. There's something called a Versa bracket. I never knew what Versa was, but it came with a little bracket, and that little bracket had two holes in it that you hook to the monitor. And believe it or not, that monitor had those two holes with screws in them that fit perfectly. So this must be a standard or something. I don't know what it is, but that bracket has like the exact measurements, and it's something called Versa. So if you want to look it up, you can look that up. But that's how I mounted it to the monitor. Okay, here's a sound bar that I chose that is making that annoying Zwift repeating music or sounds or whatever it is. But $16 for this thing. It's just for PC tablets, and so I don't need anything extravagant. I don't need any great sound system. So this worked exactly like I wanted to. You just hook it in, and away it goes. To protect my tablet, I bought this tablet case cover. Um, $19 is built exactly for this particular T45 HD tablet. So this is the case that I bought to protect it. This is the dongle that I bought. It's a Coos Pro, I guess you call it. $11. This is what I'm using as the Ant Plus dongle. Now, when you get this and you put it in, if you're running Windows 11 like I am, it doesn't sense it. But there's videos out there that show how you go into your programs, advanced settings, and it will get recognized. I can't remember what it is. I guess I could show you that, but there is a little setup that you have to do to make this work with a Windows 11 computer, which is what I had to do. But it's not that difficult, and it does work pretty well. So this is the dongle that I'm using, and you can see it's $11, 1,141 ratings, 4.5. So, and this is also the same company that made the heart rate monitor that I have. This is the extension cable that I bought to get that Ant Plus dongle closer to my sensors. $9 with a 10% coupon, so you get 80 cents off or 90 cents or something. 10-foot USB cable extender. So nothing more to say on that one. And here's the Logitech wireless touch keyboard that I ended up with. You can see it's built-in touchpad, wireless. It connected right up. It comes with a dongle. You can see right there that gets plugged into a USB port someplace. So this thing worked flawlessly. Hooked it up and just connected with no problem. So that's the keyboard. I think that's the last of everything that I purchased for this setup. So if you want to add it up, you can go ahead. But that's it. Just finishing up this video, I thought I would show you how to set up your Ant if you have Windows 11. So search for this on Google, Ant Plus adapter not working with Windows 11. Just search for that. And I found success with method one. Okay, go to Windows Updates, check for updates, and view optional updates. And then in Windows 11, this is found in the advanced options. Expand the list of driver updates, locate the Ant Plus driver, and here's the key to everything. It should show this Dynastream Innovations. I don't know what that is, but that's what you need to look for. There's a checkbox. You just check that box and you install that one, and your Ant Plus dongle will work. So if you're having trouble on Windows 11, that's the key. Search for that, find this particular web page, and method one will work. They have a method two. I didn't even go into it because I didn't need to, but it's there if you need it.